This is a video for Class SEJ 101 at Deakin University about the case study of the 1940 Tacoma Narrows Bridge Collapse, its history and how it happened. In under 5 minutes, here we go. 1938 started the construction of a twin-lane bridge. With its length over 850 meters, it was the third largest suspension bridge in the world, located in Washington in the United States. The Tacoma Narrow Bridge took 2 years to complete, finishing in 1940. The bridge cut driving times down by 96%, making a 2-hour drive at 10 minutes. Engineers are confronted with many challenges, and with the military using most of the taxpayers' money in World War II, the costs had to be cut in making the bridge. Leon Mosif had an innovative design of using steel trusses to cut the proposed $13 million project into $8 million. However, it was this choice which ultimately led to its fall. 4 months after opening on the 7th of November 1940, Tacoma Bridge endured 68-kilometer crosswinds corresponding to its resonant frequency. Resonance is where the periodic forces, in our case the wind, sync up with the natural frequency of the object, the bridge. Over time, these can create large oscillations, like when putting someone on a swing, small driving forces can add up to create larger ones. These oscillations can also lead to the breaking point of a system, such as singing the right pitch can cause a wine glass to oscillate to its breaking point, shattering. The driving force from wind-induced motion comes from a result of vortex shedding. To visually demonstrate vortex shedding, we'll need to build a wind tunnel to recreate the same events that happened in the real world, with a quick build montage. First we need to get all of our materials, then measure and cut our wood down to length. Make sure you use proper safety protocol. Your thumb open. A quick trip to the hospital, get an x-ray and a bunch of stitches and you're back to new. Get home, clean the blood off the roof and get back to it. Cut some more wood, PVA it all together. Now let's cut some straws to direct the fog in a laminar-like flow. Wire together some LEDs to see the fog. Now close everything up together in its frame. Some blood-stained wood and we have finished our wind tunnel, and here are our results. This is a cut section of the Tacoma Bridge. Fog represents the wind is forced above and below the structure. The harsh separation of wind flow creates Kármán vortex streets, which is a repeating pattern of swirling vortices caused by vortex shedding. This causes low pressure zones which can lead to large oscillations, which is shown in red. The ordinary bridge with its hollow structure allows wind to pass through, only allowing minimal vortices to be formed. On the other hand, the Tacoma Narrows Bridge creates much larger vortices due to its non-aerodynamic design. It was the combination of resonance and oscillations from vortex shedding, which as increasing led to torsional fluttering. This can also be mathematically worked out. It caused the bridge to twist and bounce. Each twisting motion caused greater low pressure zones to form, as well as the growing momentum to twist the other direction. 45 minutes after these torsional forces, the suspension cables break apart in a dramatic fashion, partly collapsing the bridge in a historic event you've probably seen before. At the time of collapse, a news editor, Leonardo, got his car stuck on the bridge and just escaped the collapse. Unfortunately, his cocker spaniel named Tubby was left in the car, being the only fatality of this catastrophic incident. Ferries took the bridge's place, and plans to build a new bridge were interrupted in 1941 with the attack on Pearl Harbor. A decade later, 1950, a new bridge was built, costing $14 million. The extra cost, of course, for countermeasures in place to ensure its structural integrity, such as the gap in the center to avoid air flutters, a reinforced deck, this time being aerodynamic, with hollow crossbeams allowing wind to pass through. At the day of opening, everyone came out and tried to collapse this brand new bridge but failed, so they were happy with the new strong bridge. However, almost 70 years later, the bridge is still standing strong. Today we have much better knowledge of the variety, forces and loads bridges and other structures face. Most of our current understanding comes from past events such as the 1940 Tacoma Narrows disaster. This event is still reviewed today as a textbook example of engineering failure. And it's with these past failures which we as a human race can learn, innovate and improve on. The only real mistake is the one from which we learn nothing. Thank you.